Xbox drops a November update, and something for December too. Updates. Who doesn't love an update, right? Microsoft every month, drops an update for the Xbox console that brings new features and functionality, and here we are in November, about to talk about the November update because, well, there's a couple things worth pointing out. Not everything, there's some real minor stuff, but there's also some bigger highlights, and also Microsoft is lining up for something for December too, but let's dive into November first. So, November update. So Microsoft is rolling this update out here in the very near future, and it's going to have a bunch of functionality, and this time it's not limited to just the console itself. So, compact mode is one of the first things that Microsoft will be showcasing here. So compact mode is a new mode, if you will, for Windows devices. So this isn't technically coming to the console, but it's for handhelds like the ROG Ally and the Lenovo Legion Go. And it really just kind of does what everybody needed Microsoft to do in the first place to make an Xbox handheld at least somewhat tangible, right? It takes the Xbox app and shrinks it down and makes it more UI friendly on a small screen, and specifically a device that has joysticks on it as well. So be on the lookout for compact mode, and that's just a decent little update to really support those developers, or I should say OEMs at this point, because hardware's hard, who are cranking out devices that work well for the Xbox mobile platform. Now, Microsoft is also making some changes, and these are minor, but I think they're notable. So they're making some changes to the notification banners. Now, Microsoft, we'll talk about why I'm a little nervous about some of this stuff, but either way, you can now have a toggle that only shows effectively the unread notifications that have landed in your quote-unquote inbox, if you will, on the Xbox platform. If for some reason you have tons of red ones and I'm pretty anal about just clearing all mine out all the time, and I know some people just literally never look at them, but either way, at least now you have some sort of email-like functionality where you can filter out some stuff. It's not a bad feature, it's just another option. Now, this one actually has me really sort of interested here because Microsoft is introducing a new gaming services repair tool. Now, the name kind of vomits it all out onto the platform here, but what the heck do they need a repair process for? So clearly, Microsoft has run into scenarios where they have to do something. For people on the Windows side, you're probably thinking this is like SFC scan now. That's an old meme, but it still checks out. And maybe this is along those lines, but it's a tool dedicated to fix any issues with gaming services or mixing content when launching the Xbox app on PC. To use this feature, just click on your profile on the top left icon of the app and select support. So it also might provide Microsoft with additional triage information, some debugging basic stuff. But either way, if it breaks, Microsoft now has a tool to help you, unbreak it. And speaking of those notifications, there's also these new console wishlist notifications that will now potentially be appearing on your device for free play days. So you see Microsoft advertise this stuff all the time. Like a developer wants to get people into their console, so what do? They say, look, you can play our game for free this weekend. And so now if you have things on your wish list, you can get notified when to play it, which is great, just as long as Microsoft doesn't step over that next borderline where if it's not on your wish list and they still send you a notification because they think they might be interested. But either way, they haven't done it yet. This is Microsoft after all at the end of the day. Now, speaking of December, by the way, Microsoft, I believe it's on, December 7th, Microsoft will be partaking, or at least at the Game Awards. Now, this happens every year, and Microsoft has been teasing up some sort of announcements or something like that. And so keep in mind that the Xbox Series X was announced at this event, right? Or I should say unveiled at the event. I don't know, announced, unveiled, same thing. But either way, so Microsoft has a history of showing up and showing off. We don't have really any degree of understanding of what the caliber it's going to be. Keep in mind, Microsoft has a metric ton of studios now in its built-in portfolio, especially with the Activision deal now under wraps. Maybe they're going to come out and say, look, Call of Duty title is now on Game Pass. I wouldn't expect a new one, but maybe some of the back catalog. We don't really know, but I would expect that it's going to be game-related. We do know that Microsoft is working on hardware, right? They've already, unfortunately, the FCC, or depending which side of the coin you're on, fortunately or unfortunately, showed off all of that stuff and all of Microsoft's plans. I don't think they're coming out to announce a refresh of that console at this event. It just doesn't, unless it's like immediately available, which would be really odd to launch during the holiday shopping season like this. Typically, someone's going to be like, Brad, that's not awkward at all. That'll get more people buying. Yeah, but typically you want to line all that stuff up and stock the store shelves prior to November and December. So it doesn't really make sense to announce superior hardware or some sort of thing coming when you're trying to sell other stuff right now. So anyways, December 7th looks like it will be an important day, or at least a day for Xbox announcements. I'm expecting game stuff. I'd love it if we'd see some more Avowed or something like that. That would be pretty good. I think I'd be pretty sufficient with Avowed. So we'll see. We'll see what they show off. But as always, make sure to keep it subscribed here, because the only BS on this channel is me.